Hi guys, good to have you all back. It is Monday. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend. I'm up for a little project. Actually, I am going to combine two of my favorite projects to make a completely new one. So exciting, right? Yes. Let me tell you all about it. It is no secret that I love to make labels. I love them. I made so many of them. I have a couple of videos on them out there, but I also love to make faux tickets. So I'm thinking to make layered faux ticket labels. Layered faux ticket labels. A new recipe is going to be tasty, probably. Now, guys, if you've seen one of my label videos or one of my ticket videos, I think you know sort of where I'm going with this. If not, I'm just gonna, try to explain. I'm gonna try to explain and show you what supplies we'll be using for this project. I have some vintage ticket strips. They all look a little bit different from one another. This is just a straight one with the perforated lines. And then I have the bus tickets that have sort of the holes in the center. And then this that has the holes on the sort of corners with the perforated line. I think I'm going to go for this shape. I think this shape works best. Now you see here in the middle of the ticket, there's sort of, the ticket stub with 10 cents and numbers on them. And I love this, but I also love labels that have a little bit more going on. Yeah, like these. So I want to make ticket strips, faux ticket strips. And then in the center are going to be more labels that you could use. So you could rip it off. Let's just rip it, yes? You could rip it like so. And then you have a lovely label. Yeah, so faux ticket label strip thing. I don't know, guys. Okay, something like it. I think it's going to be fun. For the supplies, let me tell you what I'll be using for this. For the paper, I'm going to use Less Love scrapbook paper. However, I'm not going to use smaller scraps. But they need to be 12 inches. Yeah, so this part is 12 inches. I know this, yeah. But not this, because the length is going to be 12 inches. So Less Love scrapbook paper. This is going to act as sort of a border. Let me show you, yeah. It's going to be the part around the middle, or if you look at a ticket, the part around it. So the border is going to be Less Love scrapbook paper. Now I'm going to layer another layer on top of it that will have something lovely, either like this or not like this, or like this, or something like this. So for this, I'm going to make sort of a neutralist collage. I'm going to do this on, well, this is actually encyclopedia pages, just a sort of heavier book page, guys, or a page from a magazine, just as a base. Yes, it needs to be a little bit heavier than normal copy paper. And I'm going to make sort of a collage on here with very neutral papers. Yeah. And then I'm going to decorate them afterwards with, bits and bobs, stamping, inking. I don't know. But you need scraps, neutral scraps, piece of paper, book page or a magazine page, and Less Love scrapbook paper for the papers. Now, for the tools. A lot of tools on my desk. You don't need more than half of it. Now, this is going to be the ticket shape that I want to make, with sort of the rounded corners and then the perforated lines in between the tickets, yeah? To make the strips, I'm going to use a paper trimmer. Not necessary at all, especially not this one. You just need a ruler and a knife or scissors. It's going to be easy measuring, guys. Speaking of measuring, I have a scoreboard underneath, just because it's handy to have. If you don't have the scoreboard, no problem at all, guys. You do need a ruler then to sort of measure where you're gonna fold. Now, for the holes, sort of the rounded corners on this one, I am going to use this tool. This is, I don't know what it's called. I'm going to call it a single hole perforator. Yes, it perforates a hole. Very handy tool to have. I don't even know where I bought it. Got this years ago. But maybe you have a crocodile. Crocodile also makes holes, guys. Crocodile. But if you don't have either of these, you might have this one in your office, like a normal perforator thingy. Yes, that punches 2 holes. Take off the lid on the bottom, and then you have another sort of perforator, whatever. There are sort of these perforated lines here. Yes, with the dots in between the tickets. I'm going to use this tool. This is from Tonic Studios, Mr. Tim Holtz. It does not make the dotted lines, but more like the stripes, the small stripe line. Yeah, with all the, I don't know what's called, guys. But it's lovely. I love the tool. But if you don't have this, you might have this one. This is a vintagey one that you use for making. I'm not a seamstress, guys, but it's for sewing patterns and I don't even know. If you don't have this one, you might have a pokey tool. It is a lot of work because you need to manually poke some holes. I did do this before I had all of these. So you could use this. The holes here don't even need to be physically there. You could also use just a marker, so a fine liner, to draw a couple of dots or small lines, just to sort of mimic this, and then cut them if you use them. Yeah, and glue, and you're gonna need glue. For decorating, guys, I'm going to do some stamping, some inking, and using other bits and bobs. I might even put a label on a ticket. Postage stamps. I don't know. Let's just see. So what you basically need is, I would recommend a ruler and scissors. This to make the holes, and then this to draw the small dotted line, and glue. That's what you need. You don't need all the rest. Yeah? Is that it? I think that's it, guys. Let's start making the strips. My Less Love scrapbook paper is very bright, very bold, very much overly designed and stuff. So it took me a while to find some that were suitable for this project. I've chosen some primary colors: red, green, blue and yellow. They do have a little bit of design on them, but that's okay, guys. That's okay. They need to be 12 inches long. Yes, because that's the measurement I'm going to use. I am going to use the full length, which is 12 inches. I'm going to divide it up in 3. So you're going to have 4 tickets that are 3 inches long. And the width, I'm going to have 1.5 inch. So you need to make strips of 1.5 inch, but the full length of a piece of scrapbook paper. I'm gonna use this tool. 1.5, that's over here. That's over here. And there we go. Strippies. 1.5. I have a yellow one. I'm gonna do one of each color. Another 1.5 inch. Guys, this tool, it's actually okay. It does what it needs to do. But it's still not doing what I want it to do. Especially not if you really push it. See, I didn't push it enough against to the side. And then you have this. I don't want this. I don't want this, Mr. Tim Holtz. It's if you do it wrong, then it's really, really wrong. Push it against the side. Then it cuts nice and straight. But if you forget to do this, like I do all the time, then you get this. And we don't want this. No, take out your ruler and a knife. Works just as well. Yes, a green one and a red one. So some bright colors, but we're probably gonna mute it with some inking and such, some distressing. Not really distressing. Okay. I have 4 strippies: green, red, blue, and yellow. Yes. So I'm gonna do all 4. I'm gonna do all 4. Why not? I'm going to do some folding. Now for this, I'm going to use a scoreboard. You don't need to. If you have a ruler, just mark at 3. Yes. So we have 4 tickets of 3 inches by 1.5 inches. I want my ticket to sort of zigzag like an accordion fold. Accordion, right? I keep saying harmonica. It's the same thing in the Netherlands, guys. Accordion or a harmonica. I know it's different, but I keep mixing them up because of, you know, I am Dutch. Okay, so what I want to do is score. I'm going to score at 3. Now, instead of scoring at 6, I'm going to flip it over and then score at 6 because they need to sort of zigzag. Does that make any sense? gonna zigzag them and then score at 9. So I'm flipping it over. So if you fold them, yeah, like so, and like so, love, yes. It's a zigzag, or an M, or a W, whatever you want. So you could also do this, score at 3, score at 9, flip it over, and then score at 6. Whatever you want. See, lovely design paper. I don't know, what was I thinking? Well, I bought all of these sort of paper pads very cheap at Action when I just started out. And that's not a bad idea, but honestly, guys, you don't need 20 of them. And I have at least 20 of them. Because they came out every other week. New ones. And they were very, very cheap. Very, very cheap. That's why I bought them. But I won't be doing that anymore. No. I'd rather invest in a good one that I love. Okay. Yes, we did all the scoring. So I'm going to fold them. And then I'm going to take out this tool. All of them are folded. Guys, I want to do this part, yes? Sort of the rounded corner. Well, it's not really rounded, but you know, the snipped corners. Taking out my perforator tool thingy, or your crocodile, or the other one that you have. Because these are rather large tickets, I am going to position, I'm hoping you can see. Normally, if they were smaller, I do like a quarter of it. But now I'm going to do a little bit more. So like 3/4 of it, yeah? Just snip it off. I cannot see. Hold it closer to your face then. But it would be nice if you do the same measurement on all the corners. So I'm going to snip it here and here. Also on the other side. Just going to push it in 3/4 of the way. See, like so. And then also on this side. So on all 4 corners. Now, we have the fold in the middle. Use the fold as a guideline. Yes, have that in the middle. Again, I'm going to push it sort of 3/4 of the way in. Yeah? And have the fold in the middle. There you go. I'm only doing this sort of a size. Normally I would have half of it because, you know, it's a much larger ticket. That's why I'm doing 3/4 of the way and not half the way. There you go. On all the folded lines. Yep. Of course, also on the other side. Where's the fold? It's there. And then the last one. See? Ticket shape. You have a lovely ticket shape now. Okay, guys, I was going to use this tool, but I really want to have it a little bit more vintagey with this. So I'm thinking I'm going for this option. Now, I cannot cut straight for the life of me, so I am going to use a ruler. I'm going to put the ruler over the part that is perforated, folded, and then I'm gonna other way around, love. Do this. See? Can you see? Yes, it has like this dotted line. So I'm going to do that with all of them. Don't push it back and forth, guys, because the dots will be in a different spot, believe me. Yeah, but you could also do this just with your pokey tool. Yeah, line it sort of up and then punch some small holes in them, or just, you know, use a marker to sort of mimic it. Lovely, lovely. Repeat, guys, repeat on all of them. Punched all the holes, perforated all the lines, already inked 2 of them. For the sort of these darker colors, I've used ground espresso, but these are a little bit lighter, so I'm going to use vintage photo for these ones. Just going to ink all around it just to distress them a little bit. Make them look a little bit more vintagey or aged or what have you. Sort of mute the bright colors. You're not going to see a lot of the yellow and the green and the blue and red, guys. See, and then gently sort of fold them. So you could also do this. So just, you know, distressing all around. You could sort of rough them up if you want to. If you're going to go for a really grungy look, do this. I'm not going to go for a real grungy look this time. I do want them to be a little bit sort of vintagey looking. See, all around. And adjust the color of your distressing according to the color that you're using. I think Ground Espresso would have been a little bit too dark for this one. That's why I'm using Vintage Photo. A little bit, well, it's grungy now. So yeah, just ink all around them and then carefully fold this in and ink here as well. I am not going to bother with the backs at all. No, not at all. If I'm going to use them, I'm going to use them as a strip, like a belly band, or just rip them off and have them as separate elements. So I'm not going to bother with the back at all. Let me ink this one, yeah? And then I'm going to put them aside and focus on the next layer. For the second layer, I have my desk full of very neutral type of scraps. Most of it has a lot of blank space. I'm looking for a lot of blank space because I want to, you know, decorate it myself. So scrappy bits. Guys, choose one thickness. Choose either all sort of book page thickness or scrapbook paper thickness. Yes, have it one thickness. I think that'll look much nicer. Now this is going to be the base. Now my original idea was to just collage the whole bit and then cut it up into pieces like I would have done with a masterboard. But I think I want to make it a little bit different. I am not going to cut it in strips yet. However, I am going to sort of put lines on there to indicate how big sort of the second layer, the tickets or labels, are going to be. So I'm taking out my original one. Again, these are the measurements. This is 1.5 inch wide by 3. Now the second layer on top of it, I want to be a little bit smaller. So the width is going to be 1.25 inch, 1.25 inch, and the length is going to be 2 3/4 inches. So I'm taking off 1/4 inch on the length and the width. So when you glue it back on, let me show you. I did sort of a test run. This is the one that Mr. Holtz's machine just, you know, ate. So it will leave a border like 1/8 of an inch all around. Yeah, that's why I'm doing these measurements. Now, if you're working with centimeters, love, figure it out. The length of the tickets needs to be 2 times the width, and choose like 7 centimeters or 6 centimeters and then 3, and you know, figure it out, guys. It's not rocket science. It'll be fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw some lines on. Now these need to be 1.25 inch instead of 1.5 inch. So 1.25 is sort of here. So I'm going to draw a line. A couple of lines, yeah, like so. But also these need to be 2 3/4, which is basically here. So I'm going to make sort of a grid on here with the lines. Guys, I made a grid on here, yeah? 1.25 inches by 2 3/4 inches. I made loads of them. Now, if your paper is smaller, just use 2 pieces of paper or just make them wider or what have you. Just as long as you have enough of these labels to put on the tickets. Depends on how many you're making. Now, we're going to be doing some precise cutting after I sort of collage this. Normally, I would collage the whole piece and then cut it into pieces, but I really want to sort of figure out where pieces will land. Yeah, because I really want to have some numbers on here and such. Yeah? Okay, so it's just a guideline. Now, let's start collaging. Starting with this piece, I really like this row of numbers, but I also like this row of numbers. So you could use your scissors for this, loves. I'm just gonna use my ruler. So I want to use this piece and this piece. Now I could put it on the top and be done, but I think I'm going to put it halfway here. Yes. And then have it stick out a little bit. If I were to glue it on the line, I think it would show up later if you cut it and the paper will start to curl up and such. So I'm going to cut it a little bit longer. Yeah, so I'm going to have this over here. Random glue page. And let's have a big stick. Why not? Why not? Don't look at the numbers on the back. Yes, those are also lovely. And do this with whatever sort of paper you want, lovies. You might not be into numbers. You probably are. Otherwise, you would not watch my channel, I guess. Yes, I'm going to use a glue spreader this time to put it on. Okay. Another piece with a number on it. I think I'm going to have it like so over all of them. Maybe on the bottom. Oh yes, I'm going to do this on the bottom. So there's a lovely number here and just some bits here. I can't remember where I got this from. From something stamped on it. Didn't really work well, but now I love it. Trying to line it up. Yes, let's do something else. This also has the days of the weeks on it. I'm thinking, why not utilize this? I think that'll look lovely. I'm going to have this on the top. Why not? Okie dokie, we need a small piece here. What are we using? We could do something with an image. Why not? This is a piece that I stamped. I'm gonna cut it off. Yep. Not all the way. A little bit on the top, yeah. So normally I would just randomly glue stuff on, but now I'm sort of trying to figure out what will land where. Will it look nice? I'm also going to use this piece because why not? So I'm using more blank spaces, if that makes any sense, because I want to do some of my own stamping and some of my own decorating. Am I at all in frame? I'm sorry, guys. Large piece of paper, large piece. Yeah, I'm gonna put this here. Yes, there's a little bit of stamping on there. So I don't mind if there's some writing on there or some images on there. Could even do a strip of this. Let's do a bit more. See, that, and there's a number here. There's a number here, and it's going to look awesome. Yeah, I'm going to have it overlap a little bit here. Oh, there's also a number on the back. Do not look at the back. Like so. Overlapping a little bit. I have a piece of something that I stamped on. Do I want to use this? It's maybe a bit much. Don't know. Don't know. Some writing with another number. Are you going to put the whole piece on? Yes, I'm going to put the whole piece on. Yep. What else do we have? Just some coffee dyed paper. Yeah, just put on some coffee dye paper. Oops. A bit towards the top. What else? Have some lined paper. Totally different color, but that's quite all right. I'm gonna overlap this. I'm gonna put it on as a whole. Maybe that's a bit much. Just some lined paper. Oh, it's blank on the back. Could have also used the back. Still sort of taking into account where the lines are. What do I have here? See, that's just an interesting sort of small piece. I want to put this here. The back of a map. Gonna do the whole thing. I don't need the end bit because I have enough in the length, guys. Now, if you're not into neutral colors, do it with map and such. Do we want some music paper? I have lots of music paper in there somewhere. Yes, some music paper. But I also want lots of blank spaces, so I'm gonna do this. Yep, couple more, and then I'm gonna do the rest off camera. See, just, you know, some old book page. I'm going to take off a little bit more of the writing, leave a tiny bit. See, just a tiny bit, to have a little bit of interest on here. Yeah, sure. Not the whole piece. Some more numbers. No, I want pieces that have lots of blank space as well. What's this? That's from the same book. Oh yeah, I have some ledger. Some ledger. Oh, that is sort of perfect. Now, this is a very interesting piece. I really want to have this on the ticket. Actually going to put it elsewhere. Yeah, I really want to have this on the ticket. The above casks, I don't know what it says, guys. I'm gonna do it upside down. Oh yes, I'm gonna do this one upside down. Because I like this torn edge way better. I'm gonna put another piece underneath. It's also sort of torn. Yes. You're doing the whole thing. You were just gonna do a little bit. I know. But I'm having fun, guys. I'm just having fun. Put this here. This here. Oh, I have some of this green. That's interesting, right? But it does show through the... Oh, I'm going to put it here because this is blank. Too tall. Oh, it says number and date. So interesting. Yeah. A little more glue here. Watchmaster. To have this. I really want to have this either on the side of a ticket or on the top of a ticket. So I'm going to put it over here on this top. No, it needs to be on the side. Make up your mind, love. Yeah, well. Is this wide enough? Oh, way more interesting. Look, number. I'm telling you guys, just do a random one. That is way easier than what I'm doing now. Just make a random collage. Yeah. Doesn't really matter what happens to be glued on where. Really doesn't. Oh, it's too small. Unless we move this a little bit. Then it is big enough. But now it's not on the... Okay, I know. Okay, guys, so I'm going to put another couple of pieces on. Yes, and then we're going to start cutting. I just now realized this project has 3 of my favorites. Making labels, making tickets, doing a masterboard. So yes, it's going to be a really, really fun day for me. So guys, I collaged the rest of it. I did not do a very good job with gluing. I must say there are some pieces that but I'm going to glue them, re-glue them later. Now, I really don't trust this device, so I'm going to flip it over and then cut it, guys. What were the measurements? 1 1/4 inch. This needs to be. Press it down really well. Is that 1 1/4? That's 1 1/2. Yes, 1 1/4. 1 1/4 inch. There we go. I'm not going to flip it just yet. I want to be surprised. 1 1/4 again. I need 4 strips. 4 strips. Why am I flipping it over, guys? Because I did not do a very good job gluing, and there might be some paper curling up because I did not do a good job with gluing, and I don't trust this machine. 1 1/4. There you go. There is 3, and the other one is 4. I'll probably have a whole piece left. Yeah. And do the last one as well, and then figure out which one I like best. I did 5 strips. Yep. And then this was the bottom, so I did not glue all the way to the bottom. And then we need 2 3/4. Are we in frame? We are. 2 3/4. Yeah, so I'm going to do all of them. And then I'm going to flip them over and see what they look like. This is how they turned out. I love all of them. I actually made 4 too many. So if one of them doesn't work, this one, for example, I do love it. But it's so many pieces on here. I might not use that one. I don't know. Let's just see what will work. Now, see, this is what I meant with re-gluing. This is not glued down properly. So I think I'm going to use art for this. So I'm going to just sort of check them all, see if I need to put, hello art, how are you doing? Yes, it's Monday. You've been sleeping all weekend. There you go. So I'll probably need to re-glue some small bits, yeah? But we also need to make the sort of the corners like the ones on the tickets. Now you can do them all at one time, yes. Just know individually. I'm just going to line up a couple of them, 3 of them. I think my punch will punch through 3 of them. Let's just try. And again, I'm just going to snip the corner off. Yes, it will do 3 of them. But keep them lined up, guys. That's really important. So I'm just going to do 3 of them at once. Oh, another one. 4 corners, love. Most of the times 4 corners. Unless it is a triangle. See? Yes. So I have 3 of them now. And I'll be inking them as well. What color are you using? I'm just going to do vintage photo. So before I decorate them or glue them on, I'm just going to individually, that's a lot of work. I know, I'm going to do that off camera, guys, don't worry. Yes, snip all the corners off and then make this. I'm going to do that with all of them. All of them are pretty. I don't know which ones I'm going to choose. Now, guys, you could sort of glue them on your strips right now. I'm not going to glue them on. However, I am going to pair them up because some of them, like these ones, have some of the green in it. And I think, see, oh yeah, that'll pair nicely. So I'm going to put, this has some green, this has some green. This one. This also has some green, but this also has some green. Do you want to do this one? No, I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to pair these with green. Now here's some red and some red. I'm going to put this here and here. Tiniest bit of red on here. And let's just have a sort of neutral one. There you go. Reds, blue. Little bit of blue here. Little bit of blue there. Just going to have, oh, there's already map on here. Some numbers and some of this. Yeah. Then these are all going to be neutral. I think I want to have this one on. This one, even though it has some bluish lines. This has the lovely number. And this one, because I really wanted to use this. Yeah, so these are more neutral. I'm left with these 3. I'm missing one, right? Yes, I should be left with 4. Oh, there's one underneath here. That's okay. Okay, so I paired them up. Paired them all up. Yeah. Now I'm going to decorate them individually. Here's what I'm going to do, guys. I have picked out a couple of items that I want to put on. I have some of Michelle's, at the Junk Journal Studio, tiniest labels that I might want to do some decorating with. I have some hole reinforcers, just for a piece of, you know, let's see this on the green. A piece of decoration. So some hole reinforcers. I have some postage stamps out that I want to use. Might add a little bit, I don't know. Also, I think I want to put a little bit of extra on the background using the new stencil from Mr. Tim Holtz. This was fractured. The other one was shattered. THS 171. So I'm going to do this. And then my favorite splatter stamp. I'm going to use tea-dye for this. For stamping itself, I'm mainly going to use Eccentric, my very favorite stamp set, of course. And then the colors will be corresponding. I've red. This is for just red, guys. The brown is for the yellow, green is for green, and blue is for blue. Going to start with the yellow ones. I also have yellow ink, guys. I never used it. I'm gonna try just a number in yellow on here or something. I just put them down here, random, and then this on top. And I'm gonna put some here and there. Not even everywhere, guys. Just, you know, see, to add a little bit of interest in the background. So these are for yellow, banana. And then these are for blue, still using tea-dye. I am not putting different colors of background stenciling on the individual ones. See? Blue. Red. I'm going to change this one out. Yeah, because I like this one better for some reason. I'm going to change this one out. For this one. Sorry guys, changed my mind. Do that all the time. Yeah. Yep. And then the greens. The splatter stamping I'm gonna do when they are decorated with labels, postage stamps. And you know, the works. Ta-da. Ooh, there's a lot on there. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, that's it for the stenciling. Sticky. These were the blue ones. Well, apparently I'm going to start with the blue ones. I have my blue bits and bobs. I have my blue ink. I have my blue stamps. I'm going to do a lot of decorating, guys. But I think the gluing and the stamping I'm going to do off camera. Let's just see how far we'll get. Well, I have these hole reinforcers. And I think it would be nice to have them on sort of a number. Like so. Just an idea. They can stick out a little bit, guys, because we have a border all around them, right? Yes. So I'm going to have this here and this here. Over here and here. Then we have a tiny space here left to stamp something on. And thinking 6 1/4 cents. Yeah? Think so. I'm going to do this. How about this one? Or this one. There's a beautiful space here for a poster stamp. So I'm going to have this here. And then this one sort of behind with the arrow peeking out thingy. Yes, and then we need numbers, something with a number. Blah, 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 original here. Yeah, okay. Next, there's a number here. Let's see, can we put this one on here? Maybe from the bottom, does that work? No, it doesn't really fit in. So from the top then. Putting an emphasis on that one. And this one here on the top. Then I can stamp something here. Or another number. Yeah, okay. Last one, a rather busy one. To have it like so or like so. I know I want to have a stamp here for sure. So I'm going to have this here and then another one of these. Over there, do we need a hole reinforcer? We don't. We don't. Maybe a postage stamp and have it the right setup, love. And then this. And this needs to go a little bit further up here. Yeah? Okay, think so. Gonna fix it. For the green ones, let's see. A big post stamp here with from Belgium. I'm gonna have the big one on here. Yeah. And there's a number here. Put a star thingy on it. Why not? And then stamp something here. Like what? Original something something. Yes. There's one. Another one. I love this. I want to put a number here and a number here. I'm going to see if that'll work out with my stamps. What else? Maybe another poster stamp here in the beginning. It's a free spot. And lovely label. Bit of a bigger one. And then the pointy, whatever, is pointing towards the date. Yeah, oh, that's going to be interesting. This one, Watchmaster. I think I want to have this over it. Like so. With a big label with a number. Do you want to double label it? Maybe with something brownish too. Sort of do this. I have some more brown ones. Yeah, and then stamp something here. Claim check. And something else smaller. Oh, another circle thingy. Yes, another circle thingy. How about the dates here? I need to have some small numbers. I think I'm going to use something like this, and I don't know. I don't know yet, guys. We'll see. We'll see. And for this one, what do I want here? Oh, there's a lovely number there. Can I do this? Or maybe... Oh yeah, that works on the edge. And then with a big label. And some stamping, tag number. Yes. Yes, I'm gonna do this. Let's do the red ones. Let's start with this one. I think I want to have a postage stamp here. Then stamp something here, of course. Put on important, because it's probably going to be very important. And then something here. Yeah. I think so. I'm going to stamp something. What are you going to stamp? Let's see. Oh, reserved. Reserved. Yes, reserved. I'm going to do this here. Okay, next one. This one. Love this one. I think I'm going to have a label partially on here. Like so. Of course, I'm going to stamp something here. Maybe like the big 4.5. It's probably going to be different color red. So maybe I'm going to do... I don't know. Don't know about this one. Maybe... And... this here on the bottom. Oh, or maybe just... Maybe I shouldn't do the 4. What are you going to do then? Tag number. Tag number. This is going to go half of the page. This is going to go here or here. And then it says this. Change this with this one. Yeah. Okay. This one. Big one. Big one. I'm thinking to put this here. Yeah. And this on the top. Sort of separate compartment. And then with one of these. And maybe this or this. Something like it. And then stamp a little bit of yes. And maybe something here as well. Last one. Oh, I have this. I like this one. Frame this one. Put this over there. Another small one on here. And 4.5 here. I don't know if these will be the same color red. I'm going to try it out. If not, guys, I'm going to do this in fallen leaves. Yeah. Guys, I'm a little bit stressed for time. So I already did the yellow ones. They're lovely. I'm going to show you. Yes, this one. This one with the 10 in the... I really like this trick. And then this one. And this. I love the yellow. I hardly ever use yellow, but I really like them. Now let me just show you how I would glue them on. It's, you know, that's self-explanatory, of course. You can use any glue that you want. I'm using just glue stick because then you can sort of maneuver it about a little bit, because I want to center it. Leave enough room, the same amount of room on all sides. Let's see. This one over here, or I'm going to do this one. And there you go. I also inked all the individual pieces, all the small labels and some of the poster stamps, sometimes even the hole reinforcers. Just, you know, to have them stand out a little bit more. Oh, I really like them, already like them. There you go. Just center them. Can you remember? These were very, very bright. Oh, Jackson found my glue cap. He wants to play with the glue cap. There you go. There you go. Great, right? Okay, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to show you the end result. Here they are. Guys, I did some finishing touches. First of all, I used my splatter stamp and I did some distressing everywhere. Just, you know, some splattering here and there. And I also used this again. Let me show you where. I'm gonna start with blue. Yeah, this just looked like you could also rip this off. Yeah, so I just use this again. You could do this with your pokey tool or, you know, just a pen. Love them. So here they are. These are the blue ones. Isn't that cute? I just love this idea. Just put a hole reinforcer over a number and make it stand out. Yeah, really cool. You can fold them in, guys. Put them in a pocket. Something, yeah. Take them out. The red ones. Again, I used the splatter stamp here and there. I did change this one up a little bit. I wasn't really happy with the layout that I made. So I changed this up, but they look amazing. They do. Where did I put the... Oh, here. I put the sort of perforated line here. I really changed this one. There was a small number here that says 46. Yes, so I'll put this over it. Completely different to what I had in mind, but I love them. Then the yellow one, we just did the yellow one. I just put some splatters all over them and put a perforated line here that says tag number. Cool, right? I really like this over the 10. Yeah, and then the green one. Well, again here with number 5726 original. It just looked like something that you could rip off. Yeah, so I really liked it. Guys, can you remember when I sort of made the layout for this one, I told you I'm going to do a number and a date. Now, a date is I have dates, but they're this big. Let me show you what I used for this one. I had it all along. It's this one from the eccentric set. It is like for a library card or something. And there are small dates on them. So if you have something like a form that you want to fill out, you can use these. Isn't that great? Yeah, I really like it. Yeah, cool, right? So that's it. What do you use them for? Well, you can fold them up, put them in a pocket, in a journal. You can cut them separately and use them as a label, a small embellishment. You can cut 2 of them off and then have it as a hidden paper clip. You can use it as a hidden paper clip. Or cut 3 of them, have it as a belly band, or, you know, do whatever you want with them. The most important thing is that you enjoy making them. That's what I do it for. Guys, that's it for today. I hope you liked it. I really enjoyed myself. I made a masterboard, I made labels, I made a ticket, I did stamping, distressing, everything that I love. So give it a go, guys. See what you can come up with. These are sort of postal theme-ish because I use a lot of labels and poster stamps, but put butterflies on or flowers or frogs or whatever you want. Maybe the tiny Tim Holtz has some sort of these miniature. No, these are the big ones. He has some tiny paper dolls. Maybe that'll work. Or make them different sizes, bigger, smaller, whatever you wish. Guys, that's it for today. I'll be back again this Wednesday with another video. Let's see what I can come up with then. Until then, bye guys.